The Whitehouse, the most powerful symbol of freedom in the nation. One nation under God, with liberty and justice for all, yet only a reality for some. The capital city, built in the year 1790 upon the backs of those with the darkest skin. How could one man look another in the eyes and deem him as his slave? How could the founders of this great nation fight for freedom against the British, but against greed, ambition, and hate not be brave? Well, what they didn't know is we are from a royal line of kings. We share a DNA that defies logic naturally. What they didn't know is blood was shed for them and shed for we. We chosen few who, like the Hebrew slaves, cried out in agony. We chosen few who, with unwavering faith, believed someday God would see. And like the chosen ones who Moses led across the Red Sea, we would one day stand in Pharaoh's land to say, let them all go free. What they didn't know is if you bind a man, it be just physically. But if you don't then bind his mind, then mentally he's free. In the words of Frederick Douglass, I pray you understand. You have seen before how a man was made a slave. You shall now see how a slave was made a man. And him then.
City and be nothing like this nation has ever seen. At the request of President Washington, I am gathering together a team of the finest men to survey the land. There has been talk of your many accomplishments near and far. They tell me you are a self-taught mathematician. Astounding. I have indeed come across several of your astronomical almanacs, which I have noted are self-published. Now, I know you are a free man of color, but I must say, Mr. Banneker, this is still highly impressive. There is no other man that would be better suited for the job. Therefore, I'm calling on you to come aboard our team and help us survey our nation's capital, which people will one day come to know as the Temple of Liberty. I expectantly await your answer, Mr. Andrew Ellicott. The Temple of Liberty. This, Mr. Ellicott, is true north.
Miss Chloe, Master Elliott on his way. 10 men done fell clean out with heat stroke, and old Jim, he ain't got much time. He fixing to die.
Miss Mattie, gather my supplies and tell Helen and Sadie to gather as many towels as possible. Boil hot water and prepare the bandages. Send word to Dr. Andrews that there's been an emergency at the quarry.
But Miss Chloe, I'm scared for Jim. He's too old to be out there.
Miss Mattie, don't worry. God has always watched over old Jim.
But they's working him so hard to get this city finished. And some of the men that only work some of the year, but the ones that work the whole year, the commissioner say work them from sunrise to sunset, especially the Negroes. Every time we think we is doing our piece with dignity and honor, they go right back and knock us down.
Listen, this is not the time for you to lose yourself. Yes, life feels like hell. But old Jim is proud to be a skilled mason built in the capital. His life has purpose. What else he got, Mattie? Listen, they cannot measure your worth. They cannot give you dignity, and they cannot grant you honor.
Miss Chloe, maybe you don't understand because you're already a free woman of color.
Oh, but I do. You just remember this, Miss Mattie, and God will wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying, and neither shall there be any more pain.
But when that's gonna be?
Let's go.
Dear Sarah.
Dear Philip.
I comes out here every night.
I look up every night.
Trying to find you in the stars.
Wondering if God looking down on us from his seat in the stars.
It's been 15 years.
Since I seen your face. You send word you've been
helping Master Mills with building the capital city. They's adding on the extension, and Master Mills say it's gonna be
majestic. That's the word. That's what it's going to be when the Lord brings you back to me.
Majestic. And guess what, Sarah?
You won't believe what our boy look like now.
They's adding a great big old statue on top of the building.
Your spitting image.
19 and a half
6 feet tall and strong.
Cast in bronze.
And yes, I done heard.
It's a figure of a woman, and they call her Freedom.
It's your Emancipation Day.
There was an Italian worker who they paid to take the statue apart and put it back together again. But he refused to tell the secret on how to take the statue apart unless they give him more pay. Ain't none of the white workers know how to do it proper but him.
Can you believe that, Philip?
Then I solved the mystery, Sarah. I used the block and tackle, and I hooked the inside and top of the head. Then I gently pull till I see the tiny lines I was pieced together, part by part. Master Mills says I smart in the mind, but I was a workman, a slave, helping to cast the American symbol of freedom.
Well, they say the Lord works in mysterious ways, but I can't help but think about our boy, Philip.
Somehow it don't seem right, but somehow it don't seem wrong neither. That it was me who gave them the key to freedom.
That we ain't all free together.
That was my proudest day, Sarah.
But I'm proud for you, Philip.
I know it was God who put that thought in my mind.
I know it was God who put that thought in President Lincoln's mind.
And guess what? He's signing the Capitol Emancipation Proclamation today. That means all the slaves working the Capitol is free. I ain't nobody's slave no more.
I'm looking up to these stars, Philip, wondering if you're standing underneath them too, but as a free man.
And I hear tell they fixing to free all the slaves in the South too. Then I'm coming to look for you, Sarah.
You best come looking for me, Philip Reid.
For you and my boy.
For me and your boy.
I don't place all my dreams inside him.
Else, I'm going to place all my dreams inside of him.
My American dream.
I too sing America. I'm the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. But I laugh, eat well, and grow strong. Tomorrow,
I'll be at the table when company comes, and nobody will dare say to me,
eat in the kitchen then.
Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am, and they'll be ashamed.
I too am America.
Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear to uphold the office of the President of the United States of America, upholding the faith and convictions of a people who have come over a way that with tears have been watered. I accept the presidency of the United States of America at this moment in history, knowing that I stand upon the backs of countless unnamed men and women who have lived and died with unshakable faith in God that one day we would overcome. I accept believing deeply that we cannot solve the challenges of our time unless we solve them together. That unless we perfect our union, understanding that we may have different stories, but we hold common hopes. We may not look the same and may not come from the same place, but we all want to move in the same direction towards a better future for our children and our grandchildren.